Hello, today is 4/25 of 25, and I am here with a video of what I eat in a day on my keto journey. If you're new here, my name is Christy. I changed my diet to a high protein, moderate fat, low carb diet in April of 2024. So today I plan to eat a bit more than usual, just because my caloric deficit is just too low for the week. So I am going to have breakfast now. I don't normally eat this early, but I am a little hungry. It's 9 o'clock. And I'm going to make myself some oatmeal, which I have used this recipe before, but I'm going to adjust it and I'm excited to try it. All right, so I've got 1 cup of Fairlife whole milk in my bowl. I am going to add 3 tablespoons of hemp hearts. So this is kind of the base of my recipe, and I'll let you know when I kind of change it up a little bit. All right, so I've got those in, and then I need 3 tablespoons of chia seeds. And I need a 1/4 cup of coconut. So it's unsweetened coconut. It's better with shredded coconut. I'm sorry, not with shredded, with flaked coconut, but I accidentally bought the wrong thing. So I'm using shredded and it'll be fine. I just like the texture a bit better of the flakes of coconut. All right, so get that in there. And then I want to add a little bit of salt. And just depending on how I'm making it, I'll add salt or not. And this time I am just going to add a little bit of salt. There's probably a 1/16 teaspoon in there. Okay, and then I need some protein powder. So I'm going to get myself out a 1/4 cup of my protein powder, which is 1 serving. And this is just the Naked Way isolate protein powder. So this is a change to the original recipe, but this is how I get some protein in to my meal. I need a tablespoon of oat fiber, which again is an adjustment to the original recipe. I add it just because I like the additional depth of flavor that it adds and kind of gives it more of like an oatmeal kind of flavor because it's, made with oat. Okay. And then I need a tablespoon of my brown sugar sweetener. So this is also a change from the original recipe. The original recipe calls for granulated sweetener, but because I want to make like a maple brown sugar oatmeal, I am going to use brown sugar as my sweetener. And then the other change I'm going to make is my extract. So normally this recipe calls for vanilla extract, but I'm going to use maple extract and about a 1/2 teaspoon. And then once I have this all stirred together, I'm just going to heat it up in my microwave, and then I'll give it a try. It's good. It doesn't have a real strong flavor. I think it needs a little more of all of the flavorings. So the extract, the brown sugar, and the salt. But it tastes good. Like it's edible. I just think it needs a little bit more to kind of like make it really good. So yeah, I'm glad that I tried this. This will be great. It is 1/4 to 12, and I am ready for my second meal of the day. I'm super excited. I went to my favorite barbecue place and I got myself some brisket. So this is a pound. I'll eat half of this. I am in the process of drinking a Body Armor Flash IV to get my electrolytes in, and then I have got a Okios yogurt that I'm going to eat along with a 1/2 cup of blackberries. All right, I'll be back with my third meal. It is 5 o'clock and I am ready for my last meal of the day. So I'm making myself a meatball bake, which I've made several times before. Just need some meatballs. I like the Amy Lou brand of chicken meatballs. Some marinara sauce. I am using, this is from Simply Nature, so it's a tomato basil sauce. It does not contain any sugar. I will use some 4% cottage cheese and some shredded mozzarella and just kind of bake it like you would a lasagna, but it doesn't have any noodles. And then I kind of am hungry for like a bit of crunch. So I'm going to have some romaine lettuce and a little bit of salad dressing on top to go with it. And then I have some chia pudding that I will have for dessert. So let's take a look at how my day turned out. I ended up not having any of the chia pudding just because it wasn't set up. So I grabbed a couple beef sticks to have just to kind of bump up my calories and protein for today. So I ended up with 2,200 calories. My protein is 179. My net carbs are 37 and my fat is 135. So I had a pretty good day today. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow.